Hi, welcome to our hazard field trip. For this trip, we will be visiting 3 different stops, each with their own hazard. For our first stop, we will be visiting Cleveland, Oklahoma. Oklahoma's hazard is the tornado, which is an atmosphere hazard. Majority of tornadoes are formed by thunderstorms, and when warm, moist air meets with dry air. Tornadoes are extremely dangerous natural hazard, causing economic, environmental, and social destruction when they touch the ground. The United States averages about 1,200 tornadoes every year, with Oklahoma being one of the states that is hit most often. This is due to Oklahoma's geographic location, as the region is more prone to tornadoes compared to other states. In terms of safety solutions, a basement would be the most ideal place to be in the event of a tornado, as it is the safest area a person can be in during the storm. Towns, housing, buildings, and social development should also be well prepared by planning a disaster evacuation strategy, adequately giving warnings and installing tornado-proof basements for shelter during a disaster. Doing so would save lives and lessen the damage that the hazard would cause. For our second stop, we will be going all the way to the West Coast to visit San Francisco, California. San Francisco's hazard is the earthquake, which is a lithosphere hazard. Earthquakes are happening all the time, but are usually so small that nobody even feels them. However, there will be big ones that do hit, and the damage can be none or it can be huge. As you can see, over the past century, San Francisco's overall layout hasn't changed much. However, about 110 years ago, approximately 80% of the city had to be rebuilt due to the massive earthquake of 1906. This earthquake caused about 3,000 deaths and almost $400 billion in structural damage to the city. Earthquakes involve the powerful movement of rocks in the Earth's crust. The rapid release of energy creates seismic waves that travel through the Earth. For this particular earthquake, a slip in the San Andreas Fault was the cause, and the shaking was felt from Los Angeles all the way to southern Oregon. For practical solutions to the hazard, all you can really do is prepare for when it inevitably hits. Keeping safety supplies in the home, car, and work will help prepare for the earthquakes. People should practice drills, learn more about warning signs, and how to better react in the event of an earthquake as well. People in California especially should prepare for such disasters when earthquake hits, and the city should invest money into building earthquake-resistant infrastructures. And for our last stop, we will be traveling across the United States to the East Coast, where we will be visiting Palm Beach, Florida. Palm Beach is suffering from a sea level rise, a hydrosphere hazard. Since Palm Beach is a part of an area with a large population and is located at a low elevation, it is one of the most vulnerable regions to climate changes. Rise of sea level is a potentially serious problem related to global warming. Most of the rise in sea level will come from the heating and thermal expansion of upper ocean floors. Additional sea level rise will come from the melting glaciers and inland ice caps. Scientists predict that sea levels will rise between 9 inches and 24 inches by the year 2060. And every vertical inch of said sea level rise will move the ocean 50 to 100 inches inland. Because of this, up to 216 million people currently live on land that will be below sea level or regular flood levels by the year 2100. In terms of solution, the city adopted a higher elevation requirement and increased the required height of seawalls. These changes should help protect Palm Beach from increasing threat of sea levels rise temporarily. And this concludes the hazard field trip. Thanks for watching.